Kuzambula and a very warm welcome. It's a joy to be here for this special talk show ahead of the Global Peace Prayer Festival that will be taking place soon. This festival is a very special occasion where monks, nuns and people from all around the world come together to pray for peace, compassion and harmony among all beings. It's really a moment that reflects the true values of Bhutan: unity, respect and spiritual well-being. In today's program, we'll be learning more about the upcoming festival, the spiritual purpose behind the prayers and rituals, the planning and coordination that make it all possible, and the significance of the full ordination of nuns that will be part of this event. So let's begin our conversation and understand more about what makes the Global Peace Prayer Festival such a meaningful gathering. To help us understand the festival from different perspectives, we have with us Venerable Lesutunchen from the Zhung Dratshang, Yangchen Si Rinzin, media lead for the Global Peace Prayer Festival, and Aniche Gelongma, who's the program officer for Bhutan Nuns Foundation. To begin, let's turn to the spiritual side of the festival, which really forms the heart of the whole event. Could you tell us a little bit more about the overall purpose and spiritual meaning behind the Global Peace Prayer Festival?
Also, Tashidele to all the viewers, and thank you BBS for organizing this special talk show in a built-up program leading to the Global Peace Prayer Festival. And we feel equally important to create awareness among the public, introduce and highlight the main events being performed as part of the Global Peace Prayer Festival, which we have been doing since a month long. And we are pretty sure that the publics are almost all aware and what are going to be part of the Global Peace Prayer Festival. As now we gear up to host the Global Peace Prayer Festival starting from November 4 to November 19, and as the preparations are near completion, we equally anticipate to welcome the visitors from across the world. So on this note, the Global Peace Prayer Festival is a landmark inter-traditional Buddhist gatherings that embodies the Bhutan's deep spiritual heritage and its enduring message of universal harmony. So what makes the Global Peace Festival truly meaningful is its non-sectarian approach, bringing together all the Buddhist schools starting from Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana tradition in a rare and profound display of unity and also aspiration for peace, well-being and also ecological harmony. The overall purpose and vision of this Global Peace Festival is to generate collective spiritual energy dedicated to peace, but not just for Bhutan, but for all sentient beings across the world. So it is to seek a harmony through the humanitarian, that peace must begin within oneself, so that the power and the blessing radiates outward through compassion, wisdom and ethical living. So in terms of purpose and vision, we can just categorize into three.
Yes.
The outer, inner, and a deeper level.
Yes.
So from outer, it is just gathering of all the eminent masters from different traditions, where they will gather and they will be attending different events. And through this event, so we are actually accumulating, or we are seeking the divine power of Buddha and Bodhisattvas, so that it generates universal peace and happiness for sentient beings. Now, coming to the inner perspective, As we all know that this year we are going to celebrate the 70th birth anniversary of His Majesty, the great Fourth King.
Yes.
Now through this a very sacred events, profound events, we are going to again invoke the blessings and powers. And through these blessings and powers and the merit, we are going to dedicate for the long life and well-being of His Majesty, the Fourth to Gyalpo Jimi Singye Wangchuk. Now in a deeper level or in a secret level, as we all know that His Majesty, the King, has envisioned to develop a Gyalpo mindfulness city. So through these global events, where we are inviting thousands of international renowned practitioners, renowned masters from different traditions, we are actually through these global events, we are going to introduce what Bhutan is going to do, what Bhutan is going to contribute for the universal peace through that mindfulness city. So, in short, on the outside, so we are going to, through these global events, we are going to purify the environment and pacify unseen negative forces. On the inside, it helps us to transform our own fears, angers, and ignorance. And in the deeper sense, it reminds us that peace comes when we recognize all these forces as part of one's own mind. And when these all are awakened, then it creates the condition that is valuable for universal peace and happiness. So this is the overall structure or overall the purpose of vision of the Global Peace Festival being held in Bhutan.
Yes. Livilla, you just mentioned about the prayer festival being a major non-sectarian event that brings together all the different Buddhist schools. So could you tell us a little bit more about it?
Now, in terms of participation and inclusivity, yes, it is a non-sectarian approach, because the festival is inviting the Buddhist leaders from the 4 Himalayan Buddhist schools, and also leaders from different Buddhist schools, from Theravada, monks like Thailand, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos. So we are inviting, representing, so they are going to represent the ancient canonical texts of Buddha's original teachings.
Yes.
Now in terms from the Mahayana schools, we have many scholars and practitioners from, let's say, China, Korea, Taiwan, Japan, where they will be participating through the great ideal of the Bodhicitta concept. And from the Vajrayana schools, so we have many different masters, both within and outside Bhutan, where they will participate and they will showcase one of the unique features or one of the unique practices and traditions that are purely preserved in the Vajrayana traditions. Now, each tradition contributes through its own liturgies, like meditations, chantings. This in liturgy creates harmony among the different traditions, different schools of Buddhism. So this is how the Global Peace Prayer Festival is based on the non-sectarian approach.
Yes, thank you so much. Now, while the prayers and rituals give spiritual depth, there's a lot of work happening behind the scenes to make it all possible. Could you share us how the preparations have been going so far, and what kind of planning goes into organizing such a large event?
Thank you. Just like how Levich shared about the significance of this Melam Chenmo or about the entire Global Peace Prayer Festival, I think similarly the planning really has to be also in a very bigger scope. So I think the first thing that when we were told that this is going to happen, and it's the festival is it's a vision of His Majesty the King. So the first thing I think what we did was the two agencies, that's the Central Monastic Body and the Center for Bhutan and GNH Studies. They were took into as a working team for the government.
Yes.
So where our Prime Minister made sure that we were informed thoroughly. So that's how these two stakeholders came in the beginning, initially. So in the initial state, I think the first thing what we looked into it was the venue.
Yes.
The venue was the first thing, and that after we after that it was decided it's going to happen at the Changlimitang. So the next was, then we talk about how is this festival really going to be. So what are the first step, the second step, and third step, and all. So that's how it initially started. And now I would say is that everything is taking its shape. For instance, at the Changlimitang, we'll be having the Global Peace Fair, where that is Melam Chenmo at the Changlimitang, that's from 4 to 10. Then simultaneously, we'll also have Jabzhi Dhoechog, that's at the Kunsal Phodrang. That is also from 4 to 10. So for both the preparations, I think especially at the Kunsal Phodrang, the preparations is really taken care of by the Center Monastic Body.
Yes.
And then at the Changlimitang, led by the Shkarmaura, the president of Center for Bhutan and GNH Studies, he and his team has really did everything had to start from the all groundwork, starting from where to set the pavilion for the Melam Chenmo and also for the Kalachakra, and similarly also at the Kunsal Phodrang, everything had to start from the scratch. So then after this Melam Chenmo and Jabzhi, we have this Kalachakra, which is from 12 to 14. So even for that also we had to then plan on constructing a Kalachakra statue. Yes. So for that we have people from the very old artisans who are known for their carving skills and all. So we got them from Nepal, where they are here currently. Yes. And I think they have been here for more than a month, where they really took into all this work, and also at the same time passionately working. And then the Kalachakra statue is now ready. And similarly for the Jabzhi, all the not just Center Monastic Body monks, but also from Pari Zampa and everyone, they work together. The Jabzhi Dhoechog is now almost ready. Yes. Then apart from that, I think we had to also think about the toilets and the sitting arrangement for people, and where to keep all the renowned spiritual leaders that are actually coming and that will grace the Melam Chenmo. So all those things have been taken care, and I think we have almost more than 80% has been now completed. We just have all those nitty-gritty things that we need to complete, and with that, I think the preparation started in a very from the scratch, but we're almost there now. We're almost completed now.
Yes, thank you. Now that you mentioned about the Jabzhi Dhoechog, I want to ask the question to Venerable Lesotun Chenla. So what exactly is the Jabzhi Dhoechog ritual about? And in simple terms, how does it actually work to clear away spiritual obstacles and bring peace?
Jabzhi Dhoechog in general has been performing in our individual home, just in a small scale.
Yes.
But this kind of in a grand and large scale, I would say this first ever being performed.
Yes.
Of course, there is a record that during the reign of the 13th Jayakembo it was performed, but it was left without performance since then.
Yes.
So in this huge and mass with the mass preparation, so I would say this could be one of first ever been performed in Bhutan.
Yes.
So now Jabzhi Dhoechog is also one of the most profound and powerful tantric ritual in Vajrayana Buddhism. So like I mentioned before, it is rarely performed. The Jabzhi Dhoechog, it literally means the fourfold offering or the supreme offering, together referring to the grand offering of the four maras, or yes, the grand offering to subjugate the four maras.
Yes.
So the main part of the Jabzhi Dhoechog is the subjugation of the four maras. So in essence, the Jabzhi Dhoechog, it is a grand ritual which needs which involves both the which actually it completes the path of spiritual, path of purification, or
Yes.
path of realization, starting from the purification until the attainment of realization. Again, this Global Peace Prayer Festival has been set in a very, I would say, in a very progressive level,
Yes.
starting from Jabzhi, the great Melam Chemo, the Kalachakra initiation, and the nuns ordination.
Yes.
So it is said in a certain way that through the Jabzhi Dhoechog, we are going to we actually seek the divine power of Buddha and deities to subjugate the four maras.
Yes.
And cleanse and purify ourselves, so that we then later on, so that we become deemed fit or deemed capable to receive, or deemed capable to recite Melam Chemo, then deemed capable to receive the Kalachakra initiation.
Yes.
So I would say that the unique feature of this Global Peace Prayer is in a very progressive level.
Yes.
So now, let's say how this ritual works. So I would say that the Jabzhi would work, the Jabzhi Dhoechog will work on the three interconnected levels.
Yes.
Like I mentioned, like outer level.
Yes.
Outer level means through ritual offerings and blessings. Like I mentioned before, there are 4 sets of 400 offerings,
Yes.
which is again to subjugate the maras, like the Sikanda maras, which it is the obstacles arising from our own mind, own body and mind. Then Klesha Mara,
Yes.
that means obscuration of defilements.
Yes.
And also the Mritya Mara, that means the defilements of death. Again,
Yes.
the Devaputra Matra means the external obstructing forces that disturb meditation and harmony.
Yes.
So now, when these 4 maras are defeated or subjugated, then we cleanse ourselves, we
Yes.
purify ourselves, then we are free of obscuration, misfortunes,
Yes.
sickness, evil spirits. Then we are actually instilled with the seed of overcoming or seed of realization. So these are the 3 levels. Now, again, why it bring peace?
Yes.
So when these rituals are performed by realized master, let's say, when these rituals are attended by global practitioners,
Yes.
different masters, then it creates a collective prayers and offering the blessings of Jabzhi, then it radiates outwards. So that means it again harmonizes the natural elements, then it creates like collective, it purifies or it dispels all those negativities. Now, thus it is also believed to clear away the both spiritual and worldly obstacles, so paving the way for peace, health and unity.
Yes.
Now again, important to mention that why Bhutan's role to host this,
Yes.
or why Bhutan's role to perform this Jabzhi as part of the Global Peace Prayer.
Yes.
Now this Jabzhi prayer being held under the auspice of Zhung Dratshang, the festival also expresses His Majesty's vision of Bhutan as a beacon of compassion
Yes.
and moral leadership
Yes.
in this fractured world. So now Bhutan's spiritual and cultural environment again makes its ideal location, ideal setting for such a conference, where the ancient faith,
Yes.
the living wisdom, and the global aspiration or prayer meets. So this is how the Jabzhi is going to happen, and how the Jabzhi ritual will culminate or bring power and blessing for the universal peace and happiness of sentient beings.
Yes. Thank you, Livila. And now to Anila on the Gelongma ordination. Why is this Bhikkhuni or the Gelongma ordination considered such a significant event? Why is it so important for women on the spiritual path? And how does it advance the role of women in Buddhist tradition globally?
Yes, sir, thank you. You know that Bhikkhuni ordination, or Gelongma ordination, which will be held after the Global Peace Prayer Festival
Yes.
from 15th to 20th of November
Yes.
at our Bhutan Nuns Foundation Training and Research Center at Selmafila.
Yes.
So Gelongma ordination, which is one of the highest monastic vow or highest ordination.
Yes.
So I think that this ordination is profoundly significant.
Yes.
This is because it's like a restore of the monastic lineage for the women,
Yes.
or like restore of the gender equality in the Sangha community.
Yes.
Through this, the women are allowed to receive full ordination
Yes.
as to the men. And the second thing, it is significant because it's kind of revives of ancient tradition.
Yes.
For ordination, there are 3 lineages of ordination for that are like Dharmagupta Vinaya lineage, which is practiced by the China, Taiwan, Korean, Vietnam. And the second is Theravada Vinaya lineage, which is practiced or followed by, especially by the Sri Lankan, Thailand, Cambodia.
Yes.
And the third thing is Mulasarvasti Vada Vinaya lineage.
Yes.
This is followed by the Tibetan, Bhutan, and also the Himalayan region. So for this ordination, this lineage is Mulasarvasti Vada lineage is very important.
Yes.
And also one of the most and complete monastic rules in the Buddhism.
Yes.
I feel this is also like recognized, officially authorized by the many Buddhist community.
Yes.
And this tradition is done or complete in authentic and in purity of the lineage.
Yes.
And another thing is that it also significant for empowering the women in spiritual and the social leader, where the women can take the responsibility in the monastic communities. Even they can all have the full authority for the Dharma teaching.
Yes.
And other thing, it is also significant for fulfilling the vision of Buddha.
Yes.
Buddha himself established both bhikkhuni and bhikshunis sangha. So from this, it recognized that even women have capable of enlightenment.
Yes.
And also, it is also significant ensuring the continuity of the Vinaya lineage for future generation.
Yes.
And last, it also inspired the younger generation.
Yes.
You know, like young girls get inspired, and also they encourage that even the practitioner that they can also like pursue the spiritual path confidently.
Yes.
And you know that this event is a historic for women in Buddhism. This year we have over 250 plus participants from different countries.
Yes.
Coming together to receive the full ordination together. So for this, it shows that Buddhist women are being given the same spiritual responsibility.
Yes.
Even it shows that it promotes like greater it shows a greater, it promotes a greater balance.
Yes.
And it also represents that even the women have like they can preserve the monastic discipline.
Yes.
And most thing it shows or promotes that it's a gender equality in the monastic system.
Yes.
So for the Koval, this event is a turning point
Yes.
in advancing the role to the women in Buddhism. So from 13 different countries, the participants from different diverse background. It shows that, you know, that international unity, progress, and also the harmony, how the international participants can show harmony with the Buddhist teachings.
Yes.
And also it shows that women, to respect the women in roles of spiritual to the modern Buddhist world. So of all, you know, of all, it represents not only the historical spiritual milestone, it also represent the historical of justice and inclusion.
Yes. And what kind of rigorous preparation, both spiritual and logistical, must the nuns undergo before they can participate in this mass ordination led by His Holiness the Jigkhambula?
So His Holiness is the highest supreme spiritual leader and also the head of the Vinaya lineage in Bhutan. And his guidance and his decisions, his support, it plays a great and crucial role in the ordination. It shows and inspires that other Buddhist community can also follow. And his presence also shows that not only the, you know, like approval for the ordination, full ordination, but also guide and also guide and also he ensured that the ordination to be conduct complete, authentic, and also lineage purification, and also conduct the ordination as originally that is the ancient tradition to be followed. And when it comes to the preparation for the rigorous preparation for the nuns before they take an event of sacred ordination, they have to be physically, mentally prepared before receive ordination, full ordination, like Gelongma ordination. They have to be like complete the 7 years of Gelongma, Novik vow.
Yes.
And after that, they have to mentally prepare to receive this ordination. Any nuns can receive. For this, the nun who are like ordaining the full ordination, they have to prepare to uphold the bhikkhuni vows. And when it comes to logistic, our foundation, Bhutan Nuns Foundation, has organized everything, and we request the participants to get their, I mean, they can buy their or prepare their own self, including robes. For we have like in training center, some nuns they can stay there, and others participants they can nearby the hotels.
Yes. The Kalachakra Empowerment is one of the main events at the Global Peace Prayer Festival. So how does receiving the wheel of initiation fundamentally transform an individual? And how does that personal spiritual growth contribute to achieving real world global peace?
That's very important, as it goes right to the heart of why the Kalachakra, or the Wheel of Time Empowerment, is regarded as one of the most sacred, profound and far-reaching initiations in Vajrayana Buddhism. The first, the inner transformation can be again again involve the three interconnected levels.
Yes.
The outer Kalachakra, which includes the cosmic cycles, the planetary seasons and karmic, where through the Kalachakra initiations, the first individual is introduced to the
Yes.
Kalachakra empowerment. So in Kalachakra also, through this intricate ceremony, the practitioners or the attendants is first introduced into the Kalachakra mandala.
Yes.
And then the practitioners or attendants is progress in the three level: the outer Kalachakra, the inner Kalachakra, which deals with the starting from the breathing in and out, bindus, and it works with all this breathing, the systematic breathings and the mindfulness breathing. And most importantly, the third is the alternative Kalachakra is the enlightened state, which is the outermost awareness that transcends duality.
Yes.
So now the receiving Kalachakra empowerment is like planting a seed of universal harmony within oneself. So once we are introduced or once we receive or attend the Kalachakra initiation, so it sets motion an inner transformation. So this inner transformation align between align within the individual being with the universe. So this is how the inner transformation are generated through the Kalachakra empowerment. Now, number two, from personal awakening to global peace, which is very practical. Now, Kalachakra tradition or practice or initiation is explicitly a kind of like a purification of the individual's inner mindset. So this inner mindset can be also achieved through number one, like previously mentioned in Jabzhi, by subduing our own poisons, our own maras, like such as jealousy, desire, ignorance, hatred. So these inner maras are subdued, though they seems to be maras, but they are not. They are not physically something like physically. They are not inflicted physically. However, they are just originated within our own mind. And when we attend this kind of initiation through devotion and determination, they just disappear within our mind itself. The Kalachakra tradition or practices has been preserved, or first has been introduced in the Shambhala kingdom, and has been practiced and preserved in the Shambhala kingdom. And second unique thing is the Kalachakra initiation or empowerment has been always requested by the king of that particular kingdom. Throughout the any histories or all the early literature, it all mentioned that it was a particular king of that kingdom that requested the Buddha for Kalachakra initiation.
Yes.
And it was in the Shambhala kingdom. Now, as Bhutan gears up, as Bhutan hosts this Kalachakra empowerment as part of this global peace.
Yes.
And it was none other than our king who proposed to initiate a Kalachakra empowerment.
Yes.
Now, in a simple note, I would say that the Kalachakra empowerment transforms our inner chaos into reality.
Yes.
And this reality becomes compassion, loving kindness, and universal peacemaking.
Yes.
And this again compassion becomes peace, first in one's mind, second in the community,
Yes.
and ultimately this peace spread throughout the world. So therefore, I would say the Kalachakra initiation is a profound, vast, and of course we need to go through certain levels of training preparation. However, by just attending Kalachakra initiation, we actually gain deep. We actually get a deep visionary global. We actually gain a deep and in a very meaningful and impactful personalities.
Yes.
So that by the act, by the merit and power that we are actually awakening ourselves for the purpose of global peace and happiness of the sentient beings.
Bringing thousands of people into Thimphu is a massive task. What were some of the logistical challenges, and what key systems were put in place for safety, infrastructure, and managing the crowds at Chalnimthang?
When such kind of event, huge event is happening, I think the first logistical challenge we had to think about was how would we fit the people for the public sitting. That was the most important point, because we know that when such thing happens, Bhutanese will definitely come. Although through this event we do targeted audiences, like from outside, who would like to come here and attend this Global Peace Fair Festival, and as well as the Kalachakra initiation. So I think that was the most challenging thing we had to think about. So that is why all the committee members chose Chalnimthang as a venue, because that was the only area where we could revamp it and then fit in more than 20,000 people. And we knew that the number would definitely be huge. So through our registration also, it has shown that almost more than 20,000 people have already registered, and that's excluding more than 2,000 international participants who wants to come. So that is there. And the other infrastructure that you're talking about is, I think we have managed constructions of toilet and even the kitchen and other health center and all those things. And in terms of managing the crowd and all, we have Royal Bhutan Police and then DSUBs in place, where we have already had a couple of discussions and meetings and everything on how to manage. So from DSUBs, I think we are expecting almost 2,000 DSUBs to be there to manage the crowd, not just manage the crowd, but also to help all the people. And then also at the same time, our king also had this concern of how can older people manage to sit throughout. They may not be really able to sit on the ground, because for that Melam Chenmo you have to sit on the ground and attend. So that's why we were instructed, and then we have now benches on the corner of the pavilion. We have now come up with the benches where older people can actually, if they prefer, they can just sit there. And these things are also being taken care, and toilets wherever possible, more than 40 toilets were coming up inside the Chalnimthang, as well as near the parking. And then also it extends towards the Sentinel Park, where we have again extra toilets there. And then to also manage the crowd, I think that's why the Jabzhi and the Melam Chenmo is happening simultaneously, so that we at least we are able to divide the people, and then some would go to Kinsulporang and some would actually attend the Melam Chenmo. And then also in the Sentinel Park also, we are also coming up with some kind of an entertainment spot where if the parents come with their kids, and if it becomes too difficult for children to stay at the venue, so they have these options of going towards the Sentinel Park. And then also in the Sentinel Park, we are also coming up with different food stalls and also different souvenir stalls where people can explore. Even the international participants can also explore. So yeah, I think that's it. We definitely have everything in place with the help of Royal Bhutan Police and the DSUBs.
His Holiness the Jekempo's decision to perform this ordination is historical. So how important is this institutional support from the Bhutanese monastic community for the global movement to revive the full ordination for nuns?
His Holiness Jekempo decisions and the monastic bodies, they give the strong support and strong approval for the religious, for the full ordination to the nuns. So it is signify that their support and their guidance are they wish and they support to have the full ordination in successfully, respectfully, following the Asian tradition. So His Holiness conferring the full ordination to nuns, it is a step and that is somehow it is sure that His Holiness conferring the full ordination is in harmony with the Buddhist teaching and its tradition. It is not against them. For this and their support, it shows that it helps the Kavali to gain more acceptance, confidence, and momentum.
Yes. Thank you. For participants attending, I think there's still some confusion about registration. For general, local, and international participants, is registration still required, or can they simply, attend? Or what's the main difference between general participants and invited guests?
Thank you so much for asking this question, because I think, yes, I agree with you. There has been a lot of confusion among the registration.
Yes.
I think initially when we first started, when we first launched the website and when we first came up with the registration, our whole idea was the registration would actually help us in the logistic to facilitate international participants if they want to come here and if they want to register.
Yes.
So the registration was mainly for that. So now, because there are a lot of confusion, I would really like to clarify to everyone that the registration, if you register, it will help us in planning the logistic. But it doesn't mean that if you don't register, you cannot attend. So basically what I'm saying is the registration is not for the attendance purpose.
Yes.
So the registration is mainly for us to know that how many people should we expect on that day or
Yes.
throughout the event. So it was for that purpose, so that we know that we have enough space, especially in the sitting.
Yes.
So it was just for that, and it's not definitely for attendance. If you don't register, it doesn't mean that you cannot come. You can definitely come even if you don't register. However, if you register, if the people register, it actually is very helpful to the organizing team, because then we know how many numbers are coming. So I think, although earlier I said that we have about 20,000 registered, but still we know that there are a lot of people who who haven't registered, because especially illiterate people or people from rural, they may not have an access to internet, or they may not even have an access to registrations, or they may not even know. So for them, I would really want to clarify that they can come and attend the event.
Yes.
So we have been also getting a lot of questions that is the registration compulsory? No, it's not compulsory, but if you can register, please do register.
Yes.
And then a lot of people asking that if you don't register, is it true that we cannot attend the event? That is also not true.
Yes.
So you can definitely come and attend, because this event is meant for the public, and when His Majesty came up with this idea, it was for the people.
Yes.
And the differences that you're asking about general public and all, I think there's no difference as such for the registered
Yes.
and for those who haven't registered. At the same time, it is also because we are asking for the registration, because should there be any kind of change during the event or maybe pre-event,
Yes.
it will be helpful for us to just send a mass message and announce it quickly. Although we do it on social media, but it also becomes easier for us when we have the email address of them. So
Yes.
That's the only difference now.
Yes, thank you. That clears up a lot of question for potential attendees watching today. Now to Levela. Why is the Zhung Dratshang's guidance and spiritual authority so important for an international festival like this? What role does the central monastic body play in ensuring that everything is authentic and effective?
Thank you. I think this is very important and meaningful,
Yes.
as it touches on the heart of why the Zhung Dratshang is indispensable in an international event like the
Yes.
Global Peace Prayer Festival, as under the guidance of Royal Government of Bhutan, and in collaboration with Center for Bhutan Studies and GNH Studies, Central Monastic Body is taking a lead role
Yes.
in organizing these religious events, I would say.
Yes.
So here's how to understand it clearly and deeply, how the CMB is taking a lead role. So number one, Central Monastic Body or Zhung Dratshang is one of the oldest institutions in Bhutan, who has a mandate of preserving, or who a mandate as a living custodian of Bhutan's unbroken monastic and ritual lineages that stems directly from Goropadma Sambhava
Yes.
to Shabdung Awang Namgyal
Yes.
and to the successive lineage holders or the Dharma promulgators. And the CMB's role is not just to promote, preserve Buddha Dharma, but also
Yes.
equally responsible to preserve and promote the national heritage,
Yes.
the culture and tradition. So CMB ensures that all the this major kind of events, starting from oral transmission to initiation, ritual events, are in line with the Bhutan's unique tradition. Now again, I would say that just my personal view, so without Zhung Dratshang's supervision, such events like Global Peace Prayer Festival may become merely a beautiful or just a performance,
Yes.
but spiritually shallow and hollow.
Yes.
So why? Because CMB has a tradition of authenticity of
Yes.
prayer, ritual and practice. So all the texts, melodies, rituals, starting from preparations, are correct according to the age-old tradition.
Yes.
Again, this guarantees that the prayers and offerings are truly, the intended purpose are truly for the pacification of the obstacles and misfortunes, and also for the global peace and harmony. And also, like CMB is a symbol of unity and harmony,
Yes.
and which the CMB stands above the sectarian line, and its leadership also ensures that the festival embodies the non-sectarian approach.
Yes.
And also, it also unites all Buddhist schools, like I mentioned before, from Theravada to the Vajrayana, and under the one vision for global peace and compassion. So this unity gives the global event a moral weightage
Yes.
that is recognized both national and internationally. Now again, the ethical oversight and proper intention is very important, which CMB has been doing so.
Yes.
So the intention behind every action, from preparation to the initial programs, are ensured to remain pure. So there's no commercialization of or distortion of sacred practices. Again, the entire events are assured to align with the Buddhist principles of benefiting all beings.
Yes.
So in short, I would say that the Central Monastic Guidance ensures that the big events like Global Peace Prayer Festival is not just an event,
Yes.
but a genuine act of collective spiritual transformation. So, which again is grounded in Bhutan's living Dharma tradition.
Yes.
As you all know, Bhutan has a living Buddhism. So through this, actually Bhutan is going to spread the authentic blessings
Yes.
for the universal peace and harmony.
Yes.
So this, the CMB has been doing this, and we are going to do until we are going to do until the peace,
Yes.
until the peace and happiness is restored to this universe and the sentient beings.
Yes. Yes. Beyond the government and the monastic body, which other national agencies such as immigration, the tourism council, or local security have played the most critical roles in planning to ensure a seamless and positive experience for all visitors?
I think actually I would say a lot of people.
Yes.
I think whatever we have completed so far is ultimately it's a teamwork.
Yes.
Firstly, of course, the Center Monastic Body, then there's a working team from the Center for Bhutan and GNH Studies, then we have the cabinet, then we have the Prime Minister himself who looks after this. But yes, later it was collective teamwork that
Yes.
really has, everything has taken shape. So not just the agencies that you have mentioned, but we have lot of other agencies and departments that came into,
Yes.
and has been we have been successfully being able to work out everything, especially at the Jamlin Thang for the
Yes.
Melam Chenmo.
Yes.
So we have from the MOIS, Then we have different secretaries, and also from the GovTech, who has been really helping us with coming up with app, the Guru app that is going to be launched soon, and then also with the and then also we have people from the Bhutan Power Corporations, and then also we have all those. I think there are a lot of different pockets of people where I may not be really being able to name everyone,
Yes.
but I think it's really a collective team.
Yes.
That has really made everything possible right down there, starting from. And now, if we not only the the government agencies or that, but even starting from the volunteers, the individual volunteers who comes and who offers and who says, what can we do there? What kind of work can we work? And then sometimes they come in group. Sometimes it's just one individual who calls me and says, how can I really want to I really want to offer something there by working. How can I do it? So these are kind of the people that are really coming up. So in this, I would say actually it's a mixture and it's a collective of everyone.
Yes.
And then we have people like Vajra builders who are actually doing everything for free.
Yes.
And who's really helping in the constructions of a lot of things there. Then we have, of course, Royal Bhutan Army, and then we have Daesubs who are really doing everything. So I think it's a collective matter. And then yes, because you mentioned the Department of Immigration, I think they have been also very helpful, because without them, I think all our guests, including the spiritual masters and all, we have to go through the Department of Immigration for visa purposes.
Thank you. And my last and final question to Anila. Once fully ordained, what unique spiritual and community roles will the Gelongma Sangha take on? How will their new status help promote peace and social harmony in their communities?
The Gelongma Sangha, they will take the highest spiritual responsibility, including teaching, guiding, and mentoring the monk as well as lay practitioner. And also they can lead the ritual and preserving the monastic discipline. So their new status gives them recognize the authority to inspire and lead the communities, allowing the women serve as a role model of compassion and the mindfulness in the global Buddhist communities.
Yes, thank you. One last question to Yang Chen. With such a long event, things can go wrong. So what major contingency plans are there in place for unforeseen issues such as extreme weather, crowd control problems or security incidents?
For crowd control, like I mentioned earlier, we already have the Royal Bhutan Police in place, and then we have also Daesubs. I think we all know that without Daesubs, it's always very difficult to manage the crowd. So they have been very helpful. So these are put into things, and to talk about whether yes, it will be extremely cold at that time, or could be sunny, and we all know that the winter sun is quite harsh. So for those kind of things, I think we are also coming up with the souvenirs like caps, the hat and all. Of course, now a lot of Bhutanese or a lot of Buddhists actually believe that when we attend such kind of teachings, it's very disrespectful to put on the caps and all. But we're keeping it free, so that if they want, they can use. And then also we also because we don't have the tent, we won't be putting tent, and it's in open space.
Yes.
So what we're doing is we are also bringing like maybe about 5,000 umbrellas and all. So where they could just use umbrella,
Yes.
or use and leave it, or maybe some, if they want, they could actually buy, and we could sell at a reasonable price. And the other contingency plan would be, of course, health. Yes, health is really being taken care. So we have health care there, health system there, where we'll have doctors. We'll also have traditional doctors there. So everything has been stationed. So from that point, I think in terms of contingency plans, we are. I think we are ready.
That's quite reassuring to see how prepared the team is to keep everyone safe. And if there's anything you missed out, or if there's anything you would like to add from the Zhung Dratshang side, just one final point.
Besides Yang Chen has added regarding in terms of participation, the public, both in the two venues, they have come forward in serving the refreshments, tea, snacks, and this has been something like a very heartwarming from our general public that in such a cold weather, in terms of preparation, the volunteers, workers, they do until midnight, and they need to be rewarded. But still, then the public, they have recognized the outcome, the effort that the agencies, the organizers have put up, and now we would like to thank all the general public who have shown their support in terms of both physical and in terms of both in kind gestures. Now we are all set, and we like to welcome all the invited international spiritual masters, the attendees. So just my small thought is being mindful, calm, devoted and motivated for the universal peace and happiness of sentient beings will be the important part of participation. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you all for sharing such valuable insights, spiritual, operational and historical. The Global Peace Prayer Festival is a beautiful reminder of how devotion, careful planning and shared commitment to peace can bring together people from all around the world.
I just want to add one thing about the offering.
Yes.
Adding on to what Levishitaji said, I want to just inform public that we got several messages and questions like, we want to be part of this festival, but we are not able to because we cannot come physically. So that's where people really requested for it. So that's why we have this offering. You have the offering options. So if you go to www.globalpeaceprayers.org, prayers with S. In there we have this offering menu where you can actually go there and then make an offering. This was created because people really requested for it, so that's why we have one. And when you go there, you'll see that if you already have the BOB app, you can actually directly scan the QR code and then donate. Otherwise, we have all the accounts number there in whichever currency they prefer to donate. So we have that offerings also, and we also have details about if you want to make any kind of cash or in kinds.
Yes.
We do have the details there, so please do visit. And also if you can visit our social media, all the handles, Facebook, TikTok and Instagram and all, we have all the details there. So I would encourage people to visit our social media handles and then do follow our page to stay updated.
Yes.
Thank you.
As we come to the end of our conversation today, we're reminded that the Global Peace Prayer Festival is more than just a spiritual gathering. It's a reflection of unity, peace and compassion shared by everyone involved. Through the combined efforts of the monastic community, the organizers and the participants, this festival stands as a symbol of hope, a reminder that peace begins with understanding and collective prayer. To all our guests, thank you for sharing your time and wisdom. And to everyone watching, we hope today's discussion has given you a better understanding of this meaningful event. May the upcoming festival bring peace, blessings and happiness to all.